What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, episode 9 of the Texans franchise, and today we have a divisional matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are sitting at 2-2. They are right below us at 1-3. A loss today would put us down in 4th in the AFC South. So a big matchup for us. Before we get into the game, a couple of things. First, I think I may have fixed the sliders. I already went past week 4. We lost to the Ravens. I watched that game. And even though we lost, the gameplay looked much better. I went ahead and I went to the old reliable, and that is Operation Sports and Matt 10. Matt 10 is, if you're not familiar with Operation Sports, him and I know Mr. Hurricane is helping him out a lot too. These guys go hardcore on the sliders, and it is much appreciated for the people who try and get this realistic gameplay. Now, of course, he does more user versus CPU, but I went ahead and I tested his set in CPU versus CPU, and honestly, a lot of the stuff seems to be sort of fixed. Now, there are some things you're just going to have, like a lot of completions sometimes. You're still going to see some interceptions, but the gameplay overall looks much better than what I've seen all season so far. So I'm hoping that this is a good slider set for me to keep using. And shout out to Matt 10, Mr. Hurricane, those guys that take the time to study this stuff. We'll recap the Ravens game too, just so you can see what the stats are. And then I thought maybe it would be a good time to visit the league as a whole and see what's going on around the league. So we'll do that as well, and then we'll get to the Jacksonville game. So let's get straight into it. Check out this Ravens game. Sort of the opposite of the last game, where we did nothing in the first and fourth and did everything in the second and third. And this time we did everything in the first and fourth and did nothing in the second and third. We were up 6-0 at the end of one, down 10-6 at half, down 17-6, and eventually it was more of a pile-on. We did make some plays at the end. I put a couple of backups in just to sort of get an idea of what they could do, and I was really impressed with the gameplay. Davis Mills looked not as good. You can see here he had a very, very bad performance. 223 yards, 3 interceptions, 22 of 32. But, you know, at the end of the day, when you're looking at a quarterback like Davis Mills compared to Lamar Jackson, his day should look a lot worse. Not that Mills can't play well, but it's because he's a much lower overall. He doesn't have the kind of stats and abilities and ratings that Jackson does. And honestly, even with the 3 interception performance, the game played rather well. I was impressed. So even though we didn't play good, I think it was a game that we needed. So yeah, Lamar Jackson, he whooped our butt. And I'm going to show you how he really did it, because it doesn't look like it that much from the passing yards. It was the rushing yards. 20 carries. This dude took off every single time he could. This man was just running on us non-stop every time the pocket broke down. It was completely my fault too, because I didn't do quarterback contain. I just sort of went with the fact that I assumed that Madden, they said they fixed all of that so much, you know, to the point where the defenses knew how to contain the quarterbacks. Let me tell you, our defense couldn't contain nothing against Lamar Jackson. 20 carries, a $143. He didn't score, and he did have a fumble, but my gosh, this guy was killing us all game long. J.K. Dobbins even had a decent game. We sort of shut him down in the second half, but in the first half, he was really cutting us up with some chunk plays. And then here, even though we didn't get a chance to run much because we were down, Dameon Pierce, 6 carries, 32 yards. That's the best average I think we've had on this channel for this series. I really do. I think that is the best average we've had in the Texans franchise. Sweet did not get any love whatsoever, and that's okay. It's a work in progress. Receiving wise, Brevin Jordan led the way, 7 catches, 55 yards. Odell Beckham, who is now a Raven, 4 catches, 45 and a touchdown. Darius Slayton, 3 for 44. Some pretty good stats, I think. Some good plays. Leo Walsh had a couple of nice plays in the fourth quarter when I subbed him in. Jason Dahl, that catch was awesome to see. It was just a one-on-one jump ball he won, and it was really pretty. I like seeing it. Defensively, we didn't get much of anything done. We couldn't get pressure because every time we tried to get pressure, Jackson was out of there. We were able to muster up 1 sack with Obo and Grenard, but yeah, everything else was pretty bad. It wasn't a great day. But again, I'm not looking at it as our team sucks, so the sliders weren't good. This made sense to me. The Ravens were a much better team than us. About a 10-point difference, I think, in overall. Almost. So it made sense to me that we were playing this bad. And it made sense that they were making the plays on us that they were. So I'm happy with it. Here we are, NFL standings here at week 5. Bengals and Colts leading the way at 4-0 apiece. And then you have the Cardinals at 3-1, the Titans at 3-1, the Bucks, Falcons, Eagles, Packers, Broncos, Raiders, all teams at 3-1. And then you get to the mid-tier, Bears, Cowboys, Jets, Dolphins, Rams, 49ers, Chiefs, Chargers, Ravens, Bills, us, the Patriots. And then you get to the teams that are 1-3. Browns, Seahawks, Lions, Steelers, Giants, Panthers, Jaguars, and Saints. And then you got the 2 worst teams, my Vikings at 0-4, and the Washington Commanders. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. Man, I swear to God, though, the coding in Madden makes the Vikings suck. I don't know if you ever pay attention to this, but just pay attention if you have your own franchise. Every single year, the Vikings are one of the worst teams, no matter who they have on the team. I don't know what it is. Let me know in the comments if you guys have seen that before in your franchises. Looking at the team stats, I'm pretty sure we're one of the worst offenses. Yeah, we are. We are the worst offense. Okay, so that's awesome. Passing yards, we're not that bad. We are right here, I'd say middle to the back end. It's rushing where we're just horrible. I'm surprised that there's teams below us. Defensively, I think we're like middle of the pack for all of our stats. Yeah, we're not too bad, especially even in the run game. We're not too bad either. Okay, maybe I lied. I don't know. Middle pack. So the defense itself isn't the worst. It's just we really haven't been able to generate much pressure and much money turnovers. We have the 3rd lowest. We're tied for the 2nd lowest in the fumble recoveries. Yeah, we just, our defense really has not turned up yet, and which makes sense. They're a 76 overall. It's going to take us time to build up this defense, so I'm not too concerned there. This season is more about seeing the players we have. I'm not really expecting us to make some big push in the playoffs. If we can see a few good players step up and show out to know that we have something good started here, that's really what I want to see in this season. So we will be watching more games. I'm not going to sim too much. I do want to, I'll probably do a game sim 1 or 2 weeks, do a game sim 1 or 2 weeks. So we'll get a good, I'd say 6 to 7 games in this season before we get to the off season. And I'm sort of also hoping that by that time there's a patch out that fixes this franchise stuff, because all the franchises are just messed up right now. If you guys haven't seen it, it's all over Twitter. So many people are talking about how messed up this game is, and I've been trying to build a team for a different league that I'm in, and the servers are just so bad. It kicks you out. It erases the stuff that you work on. It's really bad. Luckily, I haven't had an issue in this franchise yet, and I'm crossing my fingers that I don't, but you just never know what's going to happen. And then there was another weird thing that I came across, which is another bug in Madden. Braxton McManus's injury is just gone. Yeah, it's just gone. I thought I was going crazy when I was watching the Ravens game and when it showed the graphic for the injuries, and I only saw James Pearson listed there. I'm like, that's really weird. Why would they not have McManus listed? And so sure enough, he is not injured. No injury status. I can put him in the depth chart. Everything is fine. I don't think it's right for me to use him though. It's not my fault that the game is broken, but I also shouldn't just use it as a way to cheat the system. He was supposed to be hurt until about week 10. It was 1 week more than Pearson. I remember it because I was looking at the injuries. I'll have to go back to double check exactly when he was supposed to come back, but I'm like 90% sure he was supposed to come back in week 10. So I'm under the assumption that he is gone till week 10. I will do a double check to see, but I will not be using him already. I just, like I said, I don't think it's fair to me or the story that the game is so broken that it can't even remember who's injured and who's not. You know, that's just crazy to me. I've never seen that before, ever. Like, how does that even happen? McManus is not injured. If he gets in on some rotations, I really can't stop that. I've tried making sure that there's some guys, like I can take him off the depth chart all the way, but if guys get fatigued, he's going to get subbed in for a play or two. I can't stop that, but I will not start him or play him in a rotation set where I'm purposefully using him. Just letting you guys know that. It was not in our destiny this season to see our number 1 pick, and I'm going to keep it that way. And now let's just take a quick peek at our stats. We have Davis Mills here, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He hasn't really had too bad of a year, but we'll see what happens in the next few weeks now that I've gotten some sliders that I think are a little bit more realistic based off of the quarterback's play. And yeah, so 92.9 rating, not bad. Definitely think that's going to go down a little bit based off of the last game, depending on how many tough matchups we have. Rushing, we've been absolutely horrible. I mean, there's no other way around it. We have 2 running backs, not a single one has over 200 yards. And after 4 weeks of play, that's just unacceptable. That's something that I'm working on fixing. Hopefully we'll get there soon, but until that time comes, we're just sort of stuck in limbo, waiting to see if our run game is going to ever click. Darius Slayton leading the way, 194, 0 touchdowns. Hasn't had a touchdown for us yet. Brandon Cooks with the majority of the catches and 2 touchdowns. Brevin Jordan, our 3rd leading receiver. And then it falls off a cliff. It really does fall off a cliff here. Damian Pierce, Nico Collins, Leo Walsh. We haven't had much. We really haven't had many offensive drives, I feel like, to even get a lot of these stats. So that's just us not being able to maintain drives. Defensively, we have 3.5 sacks through 4 weeks. So it's not very good. We have some really bad defensive play right now, which I expected. Jalen Petre's been playing really good, 3 interceptions. Kirksey and Greedy Williams, of course, having one as well. So we have more interceptions than we do sacks. It's not something I thought I would say. What in the world is this? Tyler Huntley, the former Ravens backup, now apparently Buccaneers starter, is leading the league in passing yards. This is the Tampa Bay Sim God book. It has been that way for however long. Last year, Tua was leading the league almost every year. This year, Tyler Huntley is doing it. So apparently, if you want to be a good quarterback, you just have to go to Tampa Bay and they are going to play super good. That's crazy. Every time. Every time. Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, who is now a Lion. How is Baker Mayfield a Lion? Tom Brady's a Seahawk. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I didn't put my profile on every team because I was really worried about the franchise glitch. And here we are. We have 87 more glitches than we did on the offline file. And we got quarterbacks swapping teams like it's the NBA. Tyler Huntley's a starting quarterback for Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield is in Detroit. Tom Brady's a Seahawk. What other craziness are we going to see? Jimmy Garoppolo is the Giants quarterback. I guess this is sort of a cool thing, you know? Teddy Bridgewater is the starter in Indianapolis. Yeah. There's a very interesting storylines, I guess, that we can go off of with this stuff. So that's that. Rushing, of course, Derrick Henry leading the way, 454 yards. That happens every year. Josh Jacobs right behind him. Breece Hall, second-year player. Alvin Kamara, James Conner, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley. Most of the suspected people here. Stephon Diggs leading the way, wide receivers. Tyler Boyd, Deontay Johnson, Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Cooper Kupp. So once again, a lot of the guys that you expect to see. Ed Oliver leading the league from his D tackle position with 7.5 sacks through 4 weeks. Chase Young right behind him at 5. Von Miller still chugging away. Bills having themselves a great year. 7.5 from Ed Oliver, 4.5 from Von Miller. Andrew Booth is actually tied with Jalen Petrie for the most interceptions in the league, along with Tre'Davious White and Charvarius Ward. All right, well, that is all I had for you guys before we get to the game. If you guys want to see the sliders, all you have to do is go to Operation Sports and go to Madden sliders and find one of the top ones there. It's going to say Matt 10's sliders. And I'm using exactly what he's got right now. That's what I'm rolling with. If I have to tweak it, I will. I'm going to do that based off what I see, because like I said, he does more user versus CPU. So I'm just going to use it. I'm going to tweak it a little bit if I feel like it. And but yeah, so if you guys want to see it, go over there and check it out. Also, one thing I learned by reading through all of his stuff, and I feel like it makes more sense because this slider set makes the whole gameplay a little bit different to me in a good way. But I'm just seeing a lot of changes that I wasn't seeing even when I was messing with the sliders in drastic ways. So apparently, and don't hate me if I should have known this already. I'm not a slider freak like some guys. I'm just not. And I don't not mean that in a bad way. Some guys just have an itch to figure it out, and I wish I did. I just don't, because I get frustrated and yada yada. But anyway, the penalty sliders actually seem to dictate the gameplay, and then the actual play sliders do something else behind it. It's a very weird system. I was reading through the forum and I was just like, are you guys serious? And then looking at the sliders, it makes sense. I don't know how, but it just does. So have at it as you will. I'm gonna go ahead, let's do this weekly strategy, and then we are gonna get to the Jacksonville Jaguars game. Jacksonville, Florida. We are here in the Sunshine State to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. It is week 5. We are sitting at 2-2, divisional matchup with the 1-3 Jaguars. We need to win this game to at least stay out of the basement of the division. It's going to be a tough one today. They have James Robinson at running back. I'm a little concerned we might end up taking a bit of a beating on the ground because we went with the short passing. But we are going to try to establish the ground game today. Can we finally break free of this 2 yards a carry average rut and make ourselves a legitimate threat in the run game? Road game's always tough. We're looking for our second win on the series, watching the series. Of course, we had the one in the sim, but that doesn't count. We need the ones that we are watching. So let's go ahead and let's get down to the field. Let's see if we can get ourselves our second channel win. Trevor Lawrence this season, 1,030 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. So hasn't been too careful with the football. Can we try and get some more of those interceptions added to his stat record? And right away, we're going to get a shot to see what he's got in the passing game, spreading us out on the opening play. Oh, and he's going to run with it right away, and it does not work. Excellent play there by the defense. And yes, you will see I have a 13-second quarter clock. And the only reason for that is because that is what I was told to do in Mat 10 sliders, is to use 13 seconds or 13 minutes with I think it was a 15-second runoff. So that's what I'm doing. I'm giving it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I might change that. I might not. Don't hate on me. I know it's not 15. Oh, big shot over the middle. And right away, they're going to get it out to the 41. Oh, the short passing thing definitely did not help, though. That is for sure. Kirk in motion. He's going to fake it to him, hand it off to Robinson, and the whole team is there. Oboe in the backfield with Frank Bonner to bring him down for a loss of 1. Putting him behind the sticks here on second down. Trio split off to the left side in a bunch. And they're going to go back to the air. Lawrence chucking it down. He takes a shot. I think we're going to get called for roughing the passer. We are. Man, that's rough. No pun intended. And just like that, they're going to go to the other 41 with a fresh set of downs. Oof, not good. Blitz coming, they pick it up. Lawrence finds a wide open receiver all the way down to the 31, just shy of the first. And it was Zay Jones, the former Bill and Raider. Yeah, we blitzed the corner on that side, and because they'd picked it up, it was pretty much, there was no point in it. It just gave him a wide open passing lane. So far, defense not playing good on this opening drive. Quick drop back, quick shot over the middle. It's caught again. Christian Kirk that time, and he's going to get it down. Another quick slant. I mean, we had decent positioning by Stingley. It wasn't like he was completely out of place, but just that inside release gets the ball into the hands of Christian Kirk. Man, that's rough. Another handoff. Robinson, he's got a huge lane, juking off of one defender down inside the 10 to the 6. That was what I was worried about, is James Robinson getting heated up, and he cuts it right back and falling into the end zone. Jacksonville is going to score in their opening drive by James Robinson. We got Minshew Mania on the bench, but can we get a little Mills Mania today? 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. We know what he's been this season. We know we need to see more from him. Can Davis Mills bring us to the promised land on the opening drive? Quick drop back, fires underneath to Jordan, who makes the catch, falling forward to the 34, a pickup of 9. Good quick way to start the drive, get a little confidence built up. 2nd and 1. We're going to go on the ground to Sweet, who's got a nice lane. Gets the first and a gain of 4. That's right, Derwin James ended up going to Jacksonville. Delayed handoff to Sweet. I did not like it. We did not get any push up front. Not a good look on first down. Now we're going to have to throw it on second, looking to set up the screen. He gets rid of it just in time, and Pierce has got a crease off the right side. Out to midfield. Put him out wide here, 1st and 10. Mills, quick throw outside. It's caught again by Jordan. I don't care if we gotta throw it 5 yards downfield every play, as long as we're getting positive yards. Handoff to Pierce, gets a nice block from Davis and springs him loose down to the 33, a pickup of 10. And then see, like that on the last game, Davis probably just completely misses that block. So something is working properly right now. And then there's a run for Sweet. Oh, he chose the wrong direction. He had a big crease off the right side, but he ends up choosing the left and only gets 3 yards out of it. Devin Lloyd, second-year man on the stop. Mills dropping back. He's got time, letting it air it out, and he's got a man, but he's out of bounds. It was Slayton, but he could not put it on the money. And now it's 3rd and 7. 3 receivers split right. Blitz is coming. Mills has got to throw it. He's going to air it out deep and just throw it away. And we're going to try a field goal from here. 42-yard attempt, or 47-yard attempt. He's got it up, he's got the leg, and it is good. Here we go. Defense gets a quick stop. We're going to come back out with a chance to bring this score even closer, if not take the lead. First drive out, it started off good, and we had just enough, but we sort of fizzled out at the end there. Handoff to Pierce. Ooh, slips free from 1. 2nd and 4, I formation for Sweet. And we're going to go to him. And Sweet this time finds a nice little lane and gets to the 33. Not a huge run, but a good chunk, make 3rd and inches. And now it's going to go back to Pierce, and Pierce gets the first down. Mills scanning, looking, lets it go, and he's got a wide receiver open. It's Alex Poe, the rookie, down to the 40. Sort of just waited for him to get to that empty spot in the zone, it looks like, and then just waited for him to cross that last coverage area. There was nobody in that corner of the field. And Poe makes a big play, getting us down to the 40. This should be the last play of the first quarter. And we're going to run it to Sweet, who gets a nice little lane initially, but it closes up quickly after just 3 yards, and that's the end of 1. I'm not really a fan of this being considered field goal territory, but I guess it is for Madden purposes. Mills going to throw it outside. He's got a wide open player. It's Pierce down to the 20. Excellent job getting out into the flats. Defenders were not aware that he was there, and we'll get a big chunk play out of it. And now down to the 19 in the red zone for the first time. 4 receivers set. Mills dropping back, lets it go to the end zone, and it's, not intercepted. Trying to force it to Nico Collins, and he throws it right to Williams. Pressure in his face. I think it rattled him a little bit. Threw it all. I mean, he shouldn't have thrown that ball to him regardless if he had pressure. And yeah, he makes that catch. Good job getting his feet down. All right, here we go. Last drive out. The last 2 drives, we've had a lot of good looking plays, but we just haven't been able to capitalize. Last time, of course, the interception did not help anything. Mills going to throw it right away over the middle, a wide open Brandon Cooks to the 33. 6 of 9, 77 yards, and of course that interception has not looked too bad though. Oh, another nice pass, this time to Collins. Fits it in there on a rope, and we'll get the first down. 4 wide. Jordan split out right in the slot. Mills scanning, lets it go towards his way, and another interception. I mean, you can't even blame that on the Madden coding. That was a horrible throw. You had the defender over the top there. You took forever to wind up and throw that thing. And Jordan, man, that's just a bad throw. Now 3rd and 5, Lawrence back again. Dumps it off, caught, and oh man, he just shoved Greenlaw to the ground. And he's down to the 17. You know, I can at least sort of expect that from a guy like James Robinson. Like, I'm not too upset at that. I mean, Greenlaw's a good linebacker, but it's more so because of his coverage ability than anything else. So that doesn't surprise me. It just sucks to see it. Lawrence Drops back, lets it go underneath, wide open player. It is Kirk again, down to the 4. Jaguars looking to put us down by about 14 here early. Defense has to stand strong here if we want to try and keep ourselves within striking distance. A touchdown here would be pretty bad. Play action, over the middle, and never mind, there it is. First play, we don't even try. Sort of abandoning the run already, even though it was sort of working for us. Mills just chucking a thing deep, and it's incomplete. You can't just force balls downfield because you threw 2 picks, man. We have a whole 2 quarters left to play. Let's just find a rhythm. Mills, scanning. He's got time, and there he goes, going deep again, and it throws another interception. Mills is so out of this game right now. Luckily, we get to start the opening quarter here, or the second half, with the ball. And I'm really hoping that Davis Mills has shaken off whatever the heck was happening to him in the first half, because we need him to step up now. Hand off to Slayton, who tries to find a crease. Should have stayed outside, but he doesn't. Gain of 4. And I'll single back look here for Sweet. And we're going to hand it off to Sweet, who tries to cut back, and that line just got stood up. Nice play up front from Jacksonville. Now 3rd and 5. Mills got to throw it. Blitz is coming. We pick it up, and he finds a wide open Nico Collins out to the 45. Nice chunk play on 3rd down. Mills going deep, and he's got Slayton open on the sideline and out of bounds at the 30. 2 back-to-back really nice throws from Davis Mills. Can he keep it up? Mills dumps it off to Jordan, and he'll get to the 21. This is what I like to see. We don't need all the yards at once. Just find a rhythm, and we'll get there eventually. Mills throws it short. Jordan, once again, got the first down to the 15. Those flat routes, though, have got to be thrown a little bit sooner. That's what happened with that second interception. Mills, again, over the middle. Oh, man, almost a dangerous throw. It hits the turf, though. 2nd and 10. First incompletion of the drive. Really want to push this one into the end zone here. Another dump down, and we'll get it to the 12. Brandon Cooks. 3rd and 6. It doesn't look like they have any safety help over the top. Can we get somebody back there up the inside of the middle? No, and oh my God. All right, well, at least we're going to get some points, hopefully, from Mr. Lutz. There it is. Trevor Lawrence having himself a pretty good game so far. They're up 20-6 here, 8:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. Oh, quick pressure up the middle. He's able to get rid of it to Robinson, who breaks free of 1 and is pushed down at the 22. Short gain at 2. Nice job. We got pressure immediately, but Lawrence still able to find a way to get that ball out. Hand off to Robinson up the middle. He'll get to the 25. Really good shot here for a quick 3-and-out. Can we get something good on 3rd down? Lawrence under pressure. He's got to throw it, and he throws it away, and we will get the 3-and-out. All right, after that 3-and-out by our defense, it's given our offense an opportunity here to get back in this game, but we need a big play here, and we will not get it. These pitch plays and screens are not good. A big loss of 2, and we're going to go right back to I formation. That makes sense. I mean, that's what I want to do after we lose 2, is run the ball again. And that's exactly what we do. I'm all for running the ball, but there's time and place to do it. And now Brevin Jordan is hurt. And the time to do it is not after you just lost 2 on 1st down. You're already behind the sticks. You have to find ways to get the ball into better territory for 3rd down. And now it's 3rd and 11. Mills going to throw it over the middle, and he's got Pierce, but he's not going to be able to get the first. So the defense has stepped up quite a bit here in the 3rd quarter. No team has been able to do much of anything aside from that 1 field goal. And now it's a chance for us to drive down the length of this thing, put up a touchdown, and get ourselves back within a score. But Mills has just not really been able to put together too much. Some bad play calls. Now hand off to Sweet, who cuts it back up inside, and he'll end up getting the 1st down after some tough running. He gets really caught up there, bounces back, reorganizes, and then pushes himself forward across the 30 to the 33. Nice play and a 1st down. Have we been able to get 200 yards rushing? No, not even close, but You are seeing some better stuff out of the run game. Like, there's a nice play to Pierce all the way out across the 44. Pierce seems to have the mojo right now. Hand off to Sweet, trying to bounce it outside, and there's just nothing there. I'm gonna take him out. All right, so I just swapped Pierce into the starting running back role, so we'll only see Sweet on power back formations like this one here, and now is when he wants to rip one. Of course. I take him out because he wasn't playing well to give the guy who's got the hot hand, and now all of a sudden he rips off a big one. But that was more blocking than anything. So here it is, first down. Mills throws it over the middle. He's got Collins down to the 35. Gonna air it out again. Short throw outside, caught by Slayton. First down, and now another injury. The second player on this drive for Jacksonville to go down. First being Draymond Jones. Now we're going to challenge that. I'm not really sure why. He was in. We had one of those last episode where it was just a bad decision to challenge. And, yeah, I mean, it's upheld. Tough break. Madden's got to get that right, too. First and 10. Mills going to throw it. Quick throw to Leo Walsh, and he's got it down to the 16. Walsh having to step up because Brevin Jordan getting hurt. Mills has a good shot here. Just got to protect the ball. Mills over the middle. He's fine. Slayton, and Slayton down to the 5. Here we go. First and goal. Mills. He's going to throw it again. Looking for a player. There's nobody there. He's going to take a sack. Not good timing on that one. And now we need a much bigger play, and we have 2 downs to do it. Hand off to Pierce, and he just gets... See, we should have ran that on the last play. But we didn't. And now we're at 3rd and goal. We need 9 yards. Mills scanning under pressure. He's going to get sacked again. My gosh, we cannot win anything right now. All right, so at this point, I'm pretty sure the game is over. I just don't know if we're going to have enough momentum on this offense to drive down the field fast enough and then for our defense to turn it around. But let's see what we got for these last this last drive or two. So that's not a good way to start. From the 30, Mills over the middle. He's got Jordan, who's back from injury. Now 3rd down. Blitz comes. We pick it up, and another interception. And that is game. Wow. All right, so I decided to make a decision and let Minshew Mania loose here in Jacksonville. The game is over, but I want to see some other guys play. So we got Minshew in here. I got Leo Walsh starting with Enrique Pickens. I got some of the backup receivers in. Let's just see what we got. And right away, he finds Leo Walsh open. Oof. Flag is down, though. What's that going to be? Oh, we going to get a roughing the passer. Minshew Mania. Returning to Jacksonville. Looking to put us in the end zone. Throws it short to John Mechie. First down. Not first down. What am I thinking? He was short by like 2 yards. I don't know why. I saw a line on the field and I got weird. 2nd and 2. Empty backfield for Minshew. And he's going to throw it short and out of bounds. Incomplete. Jason Dahl lined up wide right. Minshew over the middle finds Dahl on the slant and will get the first. Minshew over the middle. Got a man. It's Walsh down to the 20. A little bit of a dangerous pass, but he makes it work. Uh-oh, in trouble, and he somehow gets it to Walsh. Another dangerous pass. This man has got some gutsy calls, man. I'm not sure if I like it. 1st and 10. Gonna give it to Sweet. And Sweet gets down to the 13. All right, it's coming up on the 2-minute warning. Minshew to the end zone, and he throws an interception. Flag is down. I'm not sure what it's on. It's pass interference. Jordan Lewis. And that's going to give us a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal from the 1. Minshew. Short throw. Pierce fighting for it, but he can't get it. Now empty backfield. Mechie lined up in the slot to the left. Mims to the right. Minshew looks for Mechie. He's got him for the touchdown. There is a flag down, though. And this one might be holding. It is. All right, well, it looked like we had ourselves our first touchdown, but it was taken away from us. Minshew. And this time there's not a soul. What was he doing on that play? He didn't even try to block him. Wow. Wow! Mechie made that catch. What's the flag? That's gonna count. What a play by John Mechie. Oh, we gotta see this one. We gotta see this one. So Mechie's working against like double coverage here. Minshew just puts it up. I mean, what do we got to lose at this point? And Mechie goes up, high points the ball over Griffin's head, and then works his way into the end zone. What a play. Well, you know, it was an eye-opening game. We got our butts whooped. We ended up pulling Davis Mills, putting Gardner Minshew in, but we lose to Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars in Jacksonville. We are going to fall to 4th in the division. And now we fall below 500 as well. Tough outing for us, but this team's got a lot of growing to do, and I think we all knew that. Well, guys, we ended up falling to 2-3, and of course, tying the Jaguars record, which means now we're going to be below them in the division and in 4th place. It was a tough game, but when I took this team over, I know that I made comments about not expecting it to be this bad, but I did know. I knew that this team was going to be a much bigger project than that of the Vikings. And, you know, this again, it was sort of expected. Is it a big year? Yes, it is, but it's more so just for the sake of the players themselves. Who are the guys that we're going to carry on to the point when we are competing? Because we're going to get there. I know that we are eventually. But this year is just, I don't think it's going to be in the case. We're still going to watch games. I am not saying we're going to sim games because we still have plenty of games left to go. And I am seeing some things that I can try and work on myself to make the game plan better. But overall, this team is a lot of work to do. I'm not going to hold the 4th quarter drive against Davis Mills too much and give favor to Gardner Minshew. You know, I mean, obviously when you have that bad of a performance, you're sort of calling for a quarterback, and I just felt it was time after that 4th interception. See what we have in Gardner, see what we have in some of these other young guys, get them a chance to play, and they played pretty well, but it is still garbage time, so we're not going to put too much stock in that. Overall, I think it was another eye-opener for us. The Jaguars are a good team. As for this video, that's all I have for you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like the video. You guys know how much that helps the content and the channel, so please make sure you do that. Leave me a comment. What'd you think of Gardner Minshew getting involved a little bit? What'd you think of John Mechie coming through in the clutch with that big catch? And where do you see this team going this season? Do you think we'll bounce back? Or do you think this is another bad season for us? We need to cut ties and go to the off season. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.